Today I want to talk a little bit about markets, and markets are a really important aspect of what we're going to be doing with Mr. Mufara. And I think markets, very, very quickly, as Mr. Mufara comes out and starts to share things with us, is going to be forefront in your thought. And the market I want to talk about today is Africa. And most people would go, well, okay, it's not really a market I would have thought of, but okay, what is it? Well, Africa has 1.5 billion people on that continent. That is a massive amount of people. It is a massive market. And obviously, if we have a way to get in there and penetrate that market, that's a really, really good thing. But the first thing people think about when they think about Africa, it's a very, very poor country. And most people in Africa don't have access to capital. That was a major problem for the people in Africa. They don't have access to capital. Why? It's because of the central banking system. They've made it very, very difficult for people to come in, get a bank account, and actually start doing business with a bank and doing the things they need to do for their business, for their family, for their community. It's just really, really hard to do. So there was a problem there. And they did find a solution. Again, Africa, really, really smart people. If there's a problem there, they will find a solution eventually, and they have. And what the Africans have done is they've gone a different way from the central banking system. Instead of central banking, they actually do banking on their phone. This really is revolutionary, and it is the way the world is going, and Africa is the first continent to actually take advantage of all of this. Now, in Africa, there are many apps that you can put on your phone to do banking on your phone, and it's personal banking. One of the companies is FinTech, and they have something called Chipper Cash. And what it does, it allows people to do their transactions on their phone. They don't have to go through a bank. They don't have to go through Western Union. They don't have to go through any of these other things. They can use this app to actually buy and sell. Really revolutionary. And what it's doing for the people of Africa, it's giving them the ability to be financially set free. Now they can actually do business. Now they can buy. Now they can sell. And because of that, the people in Africa actually have a way forward to not only have a business, but to build a business without going through the central banking system. This is a really, really big deal. And by the way, the central banking system, they don't like this one bit. And one of the reasons that this had to happen in Africa is because the central banking system, they don't have the infrastructure in that country to take care of all the people, the 1.5 billion people in that country. So this is really, really unique. Now, here's where it gets really, really interesting. I believe that Mr. Mufara is going to fill a void. And I'll talk about that in just a second. But when you think about the tech giants in the world, the oligarchs, the billionaires, the tech billionaires throughout the world, they're here to take as much money as they can from us, from you, and from me. Yeah, they want to give you a decent product, but they're so big right now. Most of them are monopolies. All they want to do is put a product out there that you will use and get as much money as they can from you. And then they want to manipulate, they want to control, and they want power. That's what these big oligarchs want to do. I listened to a group of them talk the other day. I think there were 30 of them around a table, and they were talking back and forth. I don't think there was a virtuous bone in that room. They don't care about us. Yeah, they want to give you a product that you'll use and that you'll continue to buy. But in the end, it's not about you. It's about them and how much money they can make and how much power they can accumulate. This is where Mr. Mufara comes in. I believe Mr. Mufara is going to fill a void. And it's a void of virtue. Mr. Mufara will come in. He'll do the right thing at the right time, all the time, honest, clean, and ethical. And basically, he's going to be doing things that these other people don't do, the oligarchs, the tech oligarchs. He's more concerned about the people he's dealing with than the money he's bringing in. And because of that, obviously, if you have a product that is superior, above market value, at a lower cost, people are going to be interested in that. But when they find out that Mr. Mufareh has a company that is filling that void of virtue and doing the right thing and doing the right thing all the time, all of a sudden, these people, they want to do business with that particular company because it's non-existent out there. That is the void Mr. Mufareh, in my opinion, is going to be filling. And then when we start to think about the market of Africa, again, it is a massive market. Do you think Mr. Mufareh and his team understand what's going in Africa today? That things are being done on the phone, the banking is being done on the phone, and I'm sure these apps that they use to do financial transactions, I'm sure they have a wallet in it. They keep their money in there, and they buy and they sell. They do the transactions with the phone. Again, chipper cash, and there are others out there that do the same thing. But Mr. Mufareh knows that. He knows how big the market in Africa is. He knows that the Africans are waking up to a way to finance their life, to take care of those financial they needs for their business, for their family, for their community. And because of the phone apps, Mr. Mufareh is going to be able to come on and do business in Africa. Now, what if Mr. Mufareh comes out with a phone app? Again, most people in Africa do business on their phone. What if he comes out with a free phone app that is just off the chart, a great piece of technology that the Africans want to use? It gets them in the ecosystem that Mr. Mufareh is setting up. It's a start. Now, I don't know if that's going to happen. I don't know if that's the way he's going to approach Africa. But I do know that he's well aware that the Africans today are doing most of their financial transactions on the phone. And because of that, Mr. Mufareh is going to be able to come in and penetrate that market and do business with the Africans. Now, for you and I, what does that mean? It's 1.5 billion people that we're going to be able to do business with, to do financial transactions with, because of the phone system that they're using to do these transactions. It is really a big deal. Not only that, but it gives the Africans access to the world economy now. They can do transactions worldwide. It's not just in their country. It's just not in the continent of Africa. It gives them the ability to do transactions globally. It's a really, really big deal. So when we start to think about markets, when we start to think about Mr. Mufareh, when we start to think about the void he is filling, that moral void that just isn't there with these other tech companies, it's a really, really big deal. And I know Mr. Mufareh and his team understand everything that's going on in Africa, along with everything else around the world. Our markets are mass, and because of what the Africans are doing, because of the system they've set up on their phones to be able to do transactions, to be able to have access to capital, this is a really, really big deal for you and I, those individuals that will be participating with Mr. Mufareh. Whatever comes out, however the structure looks, Africa is one of those countries, it is one of those markets that we will have access to regardless of what Mr. Mufareh is coming out with and what it looks like. It is a market that we can penetrate, we can participate in, and I think we can do great things in there, not only for ourselves, but for Africans. This is a really, really big deal. It's just one market. There are so many markets to talk about. In the future, we will do that. But I think Africa, it's one of those emerging markets because of the ingenuity of the African people, because they saw a problem and they found a solution with the phone, getting away from the central banking system and actually having a way to do commerce. Really, really a big deal. So I thought I'd come on, talk about that just a little bit. It's one of those things that is going to become more important as we move forward with Mr. Mufareh, and I think that's going to happen very, very quickly. We're into September right now, and I know Mr. Mufareh is going to come out and do a worldwide webinar in September. When that happens, I just think there's going to be some really cool stuff that Mr. Mufareh is going to be talking to us about. But keep in the back of your mind, Africa, really, really a good market. There are other really, really good markets out there too. But Africa is one of those really unique markets, massive 1.5 billion people. And you and I, we're going to have access to that. And what does that do for us? It gives us the ability to get to that place where we don't worry about finances. And I think it's going to do the same thing for the Africans because of what Mr. Mufara is doing, because of the void that he is filling, that virtue, that do the right thing all the time, honest, clean, and ethical. I think he's the only one out there in the tech industry who's going to be doing that. So we're in a really, really good place. I thought I'd throw that out there for you today. Obviously, as Mr. Mufara comes on and talks, I'll have more to say. But I think he's going to have enough to get everybody excited, and that's coming very, very quickly in September. So that's it. Have a great day, and we'll absolutely see you at the top. Take care. Bye.